Hey Massachusetts, good morning. We're here at new City Microcreamery in Hudson for the first stop of the Best of Mass ice cream search.
And what a place to start with. We just pulled up into downtown and we're already seeing all of these great new shops, which we'll learn a little bit more about in a few minutes. And we're also at a pretty unique place. So
I'll tell you a little bit about it. We have Michael here with New City and he's going to walk us through how they make their ice cream, which you'll see in the caption. They freeze the cream with liquid nitrogen. So they're the only ice cream place on the top 10 list that we're going to. 5 we're going to today, and they're going to show us their unique process.
Okay,
so let's meet Michael. So here's the space at New City Microcreamery. Hey Michael.
Hey guys.
Say hi to MassLive.
Hey MassLive. How are you guys?
Tell us a little bit about the history of New City, when you guys got started, and your unique process, which we're going to see in a short amount of time.
Awesome. We got started a few years ago. Back in 2012, we started with our business Rail Trail across the street, which is like flatbread, craft beer, a lot of American comfort food and classics. And we always kind of had a dream of opening up an ice cream shop. So people would ask us for dessert, and across the street was this empty, sort of sad space. I needed a little TLC, and we said, what if we opened up a small scoop shop, we'll keep it simple, and we'll see what happens. And that sort of evolved into a place where we made everything from scratch. We learned all about ice creams from all around the world. We traveled to places like London and San Francisco and Greece and Ohio and Portland, Oregon, and met a bunch of ice cream chefs, and we feel we've learned and taken from the best, and that's why our ice cream is super unique, super fresh, and something you can't really get anywhere else.
Awesome. All right,
I have one more quick question for you. You mentioned to us how Hudson looks a little bit differently a few years ago.
Yeah.
What kind of involvement have you had in this renaissance of food?
Yeah, so downtown Hudson is a beautiful place. If you haven't been, a lot of people come visit the area because of all the apple orchards and fall foliage, but generally it's becoming a place and a destination all times of the year. Between our breweries up the street and our vineyards and great food choices all up and down, families will come here 2 and 3 times a week to come check it out and hang out. It's definitely a little bit of an oasis in the middle of Metro West. We used to have about, I'd say, a majority of the storefronts were empty back in 2012 when we opened, and I think along with a lot of other businesses that have supported the downtown, we've sort of changed it, and it's pretty vibrant now. We're almost entirely filled with a lot of cute boutiques and, like I said, a brewery, Medusa, and our other businesses like Rail Trail and our speakeasy.
Wonderful. All right.
Let's take a look at this ice cream.
Yeah, let's take a look around.
Awesome. So this is our beautiful space, and often you'll find Chef Alyssa or Melba or Zach in the corner here, which is our little viewing station for us freezing our liquid nitrogen ice cream.
All right.
And if you come to the space, you'll probably see some chalkboards on the wall, and those describe our process, which we feel is super unique. And what we do there is we start off with the best milk and cream, which we get from Mapleine Farm. Thank you, Kukowski family, out in Hadley, Massachusetts. And Farmer John is this larger-than-life American Tales Paul Bunyan kind of character. He's exactly what a dairy farmer should look like, and he brings us our milk and cream himself often. And we start with fresh ingredients. So for instance, if we have strawberry ice cream, we'll start with local strawberries. They're fresh, roasted. We prep everything right here in our open kitchen. You can come and see our team working. They'll prep things like strawberries. We roast them, get them nice and sweet and roasty. Add that to our cream base, and that's our basis for making our ice cream. After it gets cooked, our ice cream sits. We let it age for a little while in our own patented process, which we won't tell you about. And then,
back there?
yeah, after that we freeze it. This is the exciting part.
Yeah, I want to see that.
So Chef Alyssa is whipping it up with liquid nitrogen, which we feel makes the best, smoothest, creamiest ice cream because it really locks in the flavor and starts off with a lot of small ice crystals. So
Great, we're getting a behind the scenes look at the process at new City Microcreamery in Hudson, for those of us just joining. So this is Chef Alyssa, okay? So check out what they're doing here. So can you explain?
Yeah, so typically in an ice cream making process, you have a sort of a stainless steel drum, and that freezes the outside and it scrapes the cream as it builds. What we're doing is we have an open bowl and we're whipping it and freezing it at the same time. The liquid nitrogen is negative 300 or so degrees
300 to
Fahrenheit.
350 depending on the
And
day.
so it's immediately freezing the cream,
Wow.
and it helps, like I said, it locks in the flavor. The ice cream doesn't get overworked. It's really smooth. It creates an amazing texture, and then from there the ice cream goes into a cabinet for hardening even more. So right now you're essentially whipping the cream
I
and
see.
freezing it at the same time.
That's incredible.
And so chef's gonna scrape the bowl down, get some of
I want to
the
see, yeah.
So we're just starting right now. Yep, you're gonna see a lot of liquid still,
Okay.
because we're gonna start slow, and then as we're freezing, it's gonna hold more air.
Okay.
And then we'll be able to kind of turn it up without losing any off the sides.
Wow.
You mentioned all the places you went to learn how to make ice cream best. Where did you find this philosophy?
well, we met this wizard. And he had a unicorn that liked ice cream. No. I think it was
There
a
you have it.
There you have it. It's a special ice cream wizard. Our chef Tom had worked in a place where they had frozen different emulsions with liquid nitrogen, so he kind of already knew about that process as it was applied to fine dining. And I think you can make small little bites in that process, but what we've done here and modified this mixer, and the process we take to prep our creams allows us to do it in a batch process. So to the best of our knowledge, we're the first in the world batch liquid nitrogen freezing ice cream place.
That's amazing. And can you say again what the temperature it gets to?
Probably about negative 330 to
Wow.
350 degrees
That's definitely.
Fahrenheit.
So this is your special part. What does it do to the ice cream? What can we expect for taste and texture?
So it's not going to add anything as taste. It's literally just the gas nitrogen in a liquid state because it's so cold. And as what you're seeing here is like, this is the evaporation process as it's hitting the moisture and the higher temperatures in the air. So all that's being imparted into the ice cream is the temperature. And all the other stuff is coming out. There's no residual flavor or like ingredients left in it from that. But what it is doing is it's freezing it harder and faster than any like conventional machine. So you're gonna get much, much smaller ice crystals, which is what's gonna make it extra smooth and creamy and really give it that like classic New England kind of like chewy texture.
Very nice.
And also because we don't have one machine that does all of our ice creams, we really get to mess with the bases. Typical ice cream shops start with like a cream base and then add flavors to it. Where ours is cooked, each base is cooked individually.
It's okay, it's not gonna hurt you. It's
And
just
so what that does is it allows for us to like mess with the textures and the consistency of each ice cream. So for instance, something with a lot of fat, like a peanut butter ice cream, will be a lot different from something with a lot of water, like a strawberry ice cream. So the liquid nitrogen itself doesn't change anything, but what essentially it does is it really like locks in the flavor and keeps things super fresh, and you get that really smooth, creamy texture. And the smoother the ice cream, the louder the flavors. So
Love that. The the ice cream, the louder the flavors.
It also gives us a little more control over like sugar content and stuff because
Really?
we're freezing it harder. So the sugar in it is kind of what helps give normal ice cream like a smoother texture. It's less water floating around that's gonna make like big ice crystals. So adding more sugar or more like dry ingredients to it is what's gonna make, like in a conventional machine, is what you need to keep it from getting icy. But since we're using liquid nitrogen and we're freezing it really hard and fast, it's giving us a little more control over how much sugar we can put in. So we're not like limited to having like a certain sweetness based on how much we need to put in.
Oh, I see. So, is any flavor in the ice cream right now, or is just
This is just our vanilla base, the
Got
classic
it.
vanilla base. So we've steeped vanilla beans in it for 3 days.
Wow.
Don't tell them all this.
Oh, what's your
Cut
favorite
that.
ice cream
Off the
that you
record.
created?
Our
favorite
ice
flavor.
cream?
Yeah.
So
What is-
my
what's today?
favorite,
Monday?
what's today, right? I'll tell you in 2 hours, no. We're constantly adding new flavors, like we'll have fun, we'll like go out and do something and be inspired by a flavor. I think we went to a bar in New York one time and had a horchata cocktail, and we came back and made horchata ice cream.
Oh,
And
yum.
I think like that's one of my favorites, but like Alyssa said, like every day is something different. We have fennel pistachio, which is one of my favorites, cannoli, which is very popular. One of my cousins helped us create or give us the idea for a strawberry cheesecake ice cream, which is wildly popular too. So I think every week we kind of come up with new things, and also a lot of our serendipitous happenings sort of turn into cool flavors. Like one of our ice cream cooks here, Meldo, messed up and put our toasted coconut ice cream into our pineapple ice cream, and it sort of became a salted toasted coconut pineapple ice cream, and it was one of our most popular flavors we've ever done. So
Sounds like a great
it
chocolate.
stayed on the menu forever. We got lots
Do you
of.
feel like that's the reason why people love to come back? Is there's always going to be something new, something fresh on the
Oh,
menu?
it's definitely part of it. We call it our tap list.
Ah,
Very
ice cream
similar
on
to the
tap.
way-
All right.
Yeah, we have our beers across the street, and people will really be excited.
Can you show us a little bit around the kitchen?
Sure.
All right,
Sure.
let's show the space. So for those of us just joining on Facebook Live, we are at New City Microcreamery in Hudson. And we've just seen a little bit of their process for nitrogen. We've got
Obviously,
lovely
like
chocolate
very
that's
important
around.
here is an NASCAR. That's part of our cooking process.
Oh yeah. Glad
You
you have
never
that.
know what the inspiration.
Hi.
This is Zach.
Morning, guys.
Good
He's
morning.
making some peanut butter cookies.
Oh, those look
Yes.
delicious.
They are very delicious.
And again, this is our little lab, and we'll start with our kettles here. This is where we cook all of our bases.
All right, this
We're
is
not
where-
cooking any right now, but we
is
use
where the
steam
bases
jacketed
are.
kettles, and from there we cool and age our creams.
Okay, right there. Loving the logo up there. I also like the chalkboards, how you kind of explain everything for the customers so they know what they're
definitely a
getting.
big part of it. This is our liquid nitrogen station. It's tied up in the back of our plate. People love to see the billowing smoke from our liquid nitrogen come out. Starts off with a lot of fresh ingredients. We bake almost everything in house. You won't find like traditional toppings like M&Ms or gummy bears. There's some things that we do that you can't replace, like sprinkles. Everybody loves sprinkles.
Right. No one
But
mess with
a
those.
lot of our things, we call them our funks and our sauces, which are basically like house-made crumbles.
Oh, yum.
So we'll take things like cereals or brownies, and we'll cook them. We'll add like lots of butter and sugar and extra great things for you, and bake them and turn them into things that you put on the ice cream.
Are
For
those
us,
Fruity Pebbles?
These are Fruity Pebbles.
Yum. Are they baked? So it's kind
They're
of like
baked.
a sheet. And
Yeah,
then
and they get really
crumble.
crunchy, and we crumble them up, and that goes onto the ice cream. We don't
Oh, it's really
we
good.
don't like putting a lot of candies on our ice cream, but
Is that biscotti?
that is brownie,
Brownie. bits.
brownie and blondie.
So these are all ingredients that are going to go on the ice cream?
They get turned into flavors in the ice cream. They get sold as the items themselves, or
Here's
we
the
turn
peanut butter cookies.
them into our crumbles.
Wow.
And then instead
let's
of
see over here.
our typical sauces, we call them gravies.
Gravies with
Yeah,
the sauce.
so we
oh,
pour
I love
those over.
that.
We have our caramel. We have like a sort of a caramelized peanut butter sauce, and our New England fudge. It took
And-
us like a year to make our fudge recipe, and it's sort of a mix between like a French ganache and classic New England hot fudge.
that.
And
So-
we feel it's really awesome.
So people can come in and buy a pint too, as well, or half a pint. Yeah.
We are constantly packing our pints, and you can get any flavor that's sold. Often we'll pack special pints just to have them ready, fresh almost every day. But also,
There they are. Are those
there's
gallons
any-
at the bottom?
those are our half gallons.
Half gallons. I see on the top it says vanilla bourbon. So that's just another type of unique flavor that they offer here. You can see gingerbread, key lime pie. Which of the flavors are we going to be trying today? So I know we'll be trying vanilla. Are you going to give us sneak peek on what we're trying, or is it going to be a surprise?
I hope you're not just trying a couple. I hope
Yeah, we'll try a couple.
we'll have a key lime pie.
Okay.
That's definitely one of our most popular flavors. People love it. And our classic vanilla. And our third will either be something, will probably be hazelnutty, which is
Yum.
Sort of reminds you of a Nutella, but it's a lot of chocolatey, hazelnutty
notes.
goodness in it, and giant hazelnuts in it, toasted hazelnuts.
Wow.
We had a March Madness tournament for flavors, and that won unanimously. So that was the champion of our March Madness competition.
Who was in the final four?
We had some peanut butter flavors. We had hazelnutty classics like cake batter,
Yum.
and I believe cookies and cream.
Ooh.
You'll see a lot of
Yeah,
our
let's
flavors
see some of the
on our board.
flavors. So, walking into New City, you get to see their process, and then these are all the flavors. I love that you call it a tap list.
Yeah.
So their originals, malted milk ball, peanut butter, fennel pistachio. You said was one of your favorites.
Yeah.
I think I'd really like that one too.
It's really good.
And then you do cater to the gluten-free crowd.
We have
Did you see
yep,
that?
we have gluten-free options. We also have vegan options. We're
Oh, really?
like the vegan community has some great options here. We like to have at least 2 on there all the time. Right now we have vegan peanut butter banana. We have a vegan coffee, vegan vanilla, and a vegan chocolate avocado, Tom Brady inspired.
Really?
Yep.
We might have to try that.
We use a lot of coconut milk when we make our vegan flavors, and they're hardly recognizable as vegan flavors, if that makes sense.
All right.
We make our own waffle cones, which are awesome. So hopefully you get to try.
Yeah, that'd be great.
A lot of our own baked goods.
And so you also have baked goods here. Red velvet cupcakes. I like the mini macaroons. And then I wanted to show the ice cream sandwiches too. So are those the cookies that were being made, or those are a different type of
These
chocolate?
are these are different types of cookies, but there are gluten-free fudge cookies, and those are the bread in the sandwich.
Got it. Okay.
They're really fudgy and
They
soft.
sound great.
We also sell micro cones. A lot of people will get those for parties. They'll get like
Oh, really?
dozens of them. Something that's pretty traditional in Greece in the summer, where I'm from. You go to somebody's house, you bring some micro cones for after dinner. It's just an easy, simple way to just share ice cream, and everybody can have a couple bite-sized micro cones. And then we make custom birthday cakes, ice cream cakes, and we sell dozens every week. People will come in and put their orders in and can choose from any of our flavors available. We sell awesome breakfast sandwiches, as you can see. Yeah, we always experiment in our kitchen, so sometimes our menu will look one way, and then a week later we'll have a whole bunch of new items on. So
Awesome.
always check our website, and our Chow Now, you can order online.
Awesome. Cool. Thanks. I kind of want to get a close-up of those micro cones. They look so cute. Little mini ice cream cones. So how long does the process typically take when you start from scratch?
Freezing it depends on the size of the batch, but typically something like what Melissa's working on right now can be frozen in about 10 minutes if we have to, depending on the weather outside as well.
Yeah. In the humidity, it usually takes like 15 to 20.
Very nice. It looks delicious.
So if you want to zoom in, you'll see that it's starting to
Yeah, it looks a lot
firm up,
different.
and it's a lot.
Bigger.
Right, where before it kind of looked liquidy. Now we're getting that ice
They're right
cream
in the-
texture.
Those are the little ones.
Oh, yeah. The big one should be with the register.
I can see the vanilla bean.
Little bits.
Does it get stuck on the sides usually just because it's so cold?
Just a little bit is, especially when you're going faster,
Right.
because you're pouring in liquid and some of it just splashes to the side.
try a taste?
Yes,
you do.
Oh, cool.
Who
All
wants to
right,
try
go ahead.
first?
All right, so this is the first scoop of ice cream on our Best of Mass search, one of many, but let's try the liquid nitrogen from New City. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you were kidding about the smooth. I've never tasted ice cream so smooth before. That tasted like cake batter almost. It literally tastes like batter, yeah. What do you think, Meredith?
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. It really does taste like cake batter and so smooth and creamy.
Let's give it a little.
I need too quickly, but that.
Now do you usually sneak, thank you, sneak scoops before it gets out?
I'm
Quality
often-
control is definitely required.
Who's the one that's most likely to sneak a scoop?
I think we're tied.
Yeah. Well, you got to.
I would be.
I'm like standing closer to it more often, but I will come and find you. With
That
a
is
spoon
so
sometimes.
delicious.
Our
It tastes
business
so
meetings
smooth.
often will get derailed.
Yeah.
How
I
do
But
can
we
they're not
imagine.
really business meetings.
How do we name flavors that we haven't made yet?
Yeah, so I'm sure like working here you have a lot of room for creativity and like inventiveness. Who comes up with the flavors and
Yeah,
who's involved?
It's a terrible job. Like,
It's so hard.
we were just joking around the other day. We were like talking about planning and business stuff and administration and our timings. And we're like, wait a minute, we're planning how to make and taste ice cream. Like,
Yeah.
we pretty much have dream jobs.
We're like,
I
"You
bet a
don't
lot
tell
of
me."
people would trade places with you.
And just when you get tired of sweet, you walk across the street and get one of those pizzas.
Yeah, or-
and you're good to go.
Or at the end of the day, you go next door and have a nice hamburger.
So this splash zone here, it's not gonna hurt you, right? Yeah.
No, so if you like stuck your hand in a big bucket of it, it would hurt you.
Right.
But it's like just a little splash of it. Your skin always has like a layer of water on it, like a layer of moisture collected on it.
Okay.
So it's always going to protect you. Like if it just splashes and touches you, like
You're good.
Yeah, it's fine. You'll like.
I was moving my feet away. I'm like, oh no.
You'll probably go. Ooh, ah.
Shouldn't have wore sandals.
But yeah, it's
All
not
right.
gonna.
That looks so good. Look at the texture there.
It's so humid today.
So the humidity plays an effect on whether or not it goes
yeah.
faster. Or...
Yeah, you just need a little more to use a little more.
Interesting. I love that first pour.
Splash.
How old is this machine?
Rumor has it it's 3,000 years old.
No, that's
King Arthur passed.
All right.
Well, you said that when you built this place, you found some interesting things. What were some things
Yeah.
you found?
Yeah, tell us.
Yeah, this building was rebuilt in 1893 or 1894, and it was all different layers. So we had to rip the place down to the studs. Literally, the beams had to be replaced. So we, for the first time since then, probably opened up all the floors and walls and found things like little tricycles and shovels and bottles and newspapers and yeah, it really was like there. Some of those little artifacts are all throughout the sides and the walls, and we really like to just showcase the history of the town. I think our community is so important to us, and they support us and definitely inspire us in things that we do. So anything that's from our town's history is important. We put it up on the walls.
You have some regulars?
Some we have.
A lot?
Say, yeah.
I do,
That's
yeah. We
good.
definitely have some people who will see in the morning for coffee, and then in the afternoon I've seen people, the same people come back and eat ice cream, and then like I'm going home and I see them like sitting at the bar.
That's nice. Got a community. And a big Instagram following, I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
People get very excited about ice cream.
So the ice cream being taken down now.
You could be giving away money and they wouldn't be as excited about ice
That's a
cream.
good shot. So delicious. So Terry D, thanks for joining us in the comment section. This is in Hudson, Massachusetts. We've got some people asking where you're at, want to come.
Come on down.
They're already,
I certainly recommend
In their
doing
cars.
a similar ice cream road trip to what we're doing right now.
yeah. And you're open pretty early, so you can get ice cream at 8:30 in the morning.
Yep.
Yeah, many people do.
That's not a bad way to start the day.
Yeah, I think
Start
I
the
sold.
day with coffee. May as well be with ice cream.
I think I sold a gallon of ice cream at like 8:45 this
Do
morning.
you do coffee ice cream concoctions, like floats?
We do. Yeah, we definitely do affogatos. We recommend affogato milkshake. So adding a shot of espresso to your milkshake.
Affogatos, for those that don't know, are scuba ice cream, and you pour the espresso over the ice cream scoop.
Oh wow, that
And
sounds
it's
amazing.
awesome. And then we have affogato inspired milkshakes. So we essentially make a milkshake and add espresso to it, and people love those.
I think I should start every day.
Oh my gosh, that looks so good. This is probably like the best smelling office.
It was definitely a lot thinner when I started.
Oh, yeah. So how you said 3 days those vanilla beans
Yep.
were soaking?
Yep. Could you help me with the?
Of course.
There's a.
It's got to be pretty heavy.
pretty.
Oh, coming in. Coming in hot. There we go.
Thanks.
Hot of ice cream.
Yep. So this is going to be about 9 gallons of ice cream.
9 gallons. Wow.
On other flavors, this is like where we would swirl a bunch of stuff in if we were doing like something like our raspberry mocha blanca or maybe our s'mores, something where we like get big ribbons of stuff like swirled throughout.
Oh, yeah.
We do it by hand at the end.
How many batches a day do you go through of these 9 gallon ones?
We could easily, with someone just spinning, like all that's all they're doing for the day, we could make about 12 of them.
Wow.
And we spin
12 9 gallon batches.
Yep. Easy peasy.
Easy, that's like
Yeah.
nothing. That's nothing.
Yeah, that's just like your normal everyday, like, oh, I guess I'm spinning ice cream.
Did you have a lot of turnout for National Ice Cream Day?
Did we?
Did we?
Yeah.
Is that a silly question?
So much. Yeah.
Did you do any special flavors or?
Yeah, actually, that's when we launched our strawberry cheesecake flavor.
Yum.
And we brought back a fan favorite, which is the vanilla bourbon.
Vanilla
it's-
bourbon?
Yep, it's our classic vanilla base. And when, yes, we use bourbon vanilla beans, but we actually put like raw bourbon liquor in it too.
Wow,
It is very delicious.
that is dangerously delicious. Better be careful with that one. It tastes a little too sweet.
So a big part of our identity is also our bars and our cocktail bars, and so a lot of our flavors are inspired by cocktails. And we have our speakeasy next door where we do a thing called Spirits and Cream. And I don't know if a lot of places do it, but it's essentially what you saw in a very small process in the little tabletop mixers, where we mix our cocktails with the raw base and we freeze it to order. So it's something between what you're seeing now and a cocktail. It's hard to describe, but it's like a little more than a milkshake, and it's a little harder than a milkshake, but it's a little it's like drinkable too. So the high alcohol content kind of helps it stay soft and smooth, even though there's a lot of ice cream in it.
So you called it kind of a campus because you can walk across the street, get dinner, and then come here, then go to the speakeasy. Build a meal for me. What do you got to do across the street?
Oh gosh. How many people are looking?
Let's say there are 4 people.
Okay. So we like to do family style there often. So I'll get flatbread for the table. So we'll probably do a couple half and half flatbreads, where I might do something like our farmers, which is like a mix of a lot of roasted vegetables, and something like our we have a falafel flatbread, which is awesome. It's got falafel and pickled radishes and tahini, and then I'll do something with like our roasted corn, street corn flatbread, and our Hawaiian or our buffalo chicken. We'll get a few salads for the table. We have a thing called horchata, which is a Greek village salad, tomatoes, cucumbers, olive oil from our village, and lots of feta cheese. And things like our hot tots or our sweet and sticky ribs. So we'll do that. Definitely a few craft beers from places like Kemp Falls or Wormtown Brewery. Definitely love to get our local brewers involved.
And this is across the street,
Across
right?
the street.
Rail trail. Okay.
And, well, often people will do what they call like the reverse night. So we'll start ice cream first.
Oh yeah.
So come here and have ice cream first, and then from there go to the speakeasy and have a cocktail while they wait to have dinner at Rail Trail. So,
I like that idea.
So
yeah.
now everyone knows what to do Friday night.
Yeah.
You got your little
Ice
system
cream
here.
first.
Come on
I'm
out to
in
Hudson.
favor.
Put your name in a wait list at Rail Trail. Come over here, have an ice cream scoop, have a bar, wait for go to the speakeasy, wait at the bar, have a couple cocktails, some old fashions, and wait till they call you for across the street.
You're always staying on campus, right?
Always staying on campus.
staying on campus. No need to Uber, right? You
No,
can just go right
the
across
dorms are
the street.
upstairs.
All right. So they're wheeling the 9 gallons of ice cream down the kitchen.
And those go up into our walk-in
Cool.
freezer.
All right. So which flavors can we try? We set up to try some?
Sure.
Yeah, that sounds
We
great.
definitely want to try vanilla. We're going to try vanilla at every place we go to. But the other two, I know you mentioned. I mean, you've mentioned a lot of
Pistachio.
different, interesting, and creative flavors. So, what else should we? What other two should we go with?
I think key lime pie is something we definitely should try.
That's one of mine.
Let's do that.
And hazelnutty.
All right.
Is anyone allergic to anything?
No, that's
Okay.
the best part.
You can try everything.
All right, we'll set up at a table. Yeah.
Great.
Or we
I'll
can-
bring you guys some stuff.
Thanks, Michael.
Or
All
just
right.
like we could taste them from here.
Yeah,
as
we can
well.
just taste them right here if that works.
Or why
down?
don't we get why don't we get like a scoop of each one, and that way we can get some
Awesome.
photos of it too.
I'll bring
Oh,
it to
good
you
plan.
guys.
All right.
We'll meet you over there.
All right, Meredith. So, initial thoughts on the process here. So, have you been here before?
I have never been here before, and
All right,
this
so
is
we're both
definitely.
newbies.
I mean, when you walk in, you're looking at such a fun and creative space. I think Katie mentioned this. This is the kind of space that I just want to sit down and.
Yeah, I mean, they've got twinkling lights. This is very interesting. So, we'll set up our tripod right over here after the falls. And then, as Michael is getting us some things, we can show you where we're going to start trying ice cream. Sorry about that, folks. For joining, we were just getting the tripod set up for our taste test, so bear with us on the shaky camera.
It's definitely such a cool and interesting spot, though, and to hear about how much the area has grown since 2012, and to see that Michael and his co-owners have opened all of these different places that you can really just spend an evening just going back and forth across the street is really neat. And
There we
the
go.
process for making the ice cream is definitely crazy interesting. And the spoonfuls that we have are so creamy, and that's one of the things that we're going to judge these ice creams off of. We're looking at mainly the flavor
Yep.
and the texture.
Yeah, that's our two. So flavor and texture are going to be, that's baseline, what we're going to be looking for in judging. And then bonus is presentation and creativity. So definitely got some bonus points here for creativity. This is the only place that we're going to that uses liquid nitrogen to freeze a cream that then goes on to create these ice cream flavors.
Definitely.
It sounds like they've got a lot of different interesting takes on the originals.
And in terms of location, just to paint a little bit more of a picture for you, right now we're in the main part of the ice cream shop, but there is an outdoor little patio.
Yeah, I can't say no to hot fudge. Oh my gosh. Even little
Vanilla and our
spoons too.
hazelnut.
Yeah. All right, let's get a close up for these. So we got our vanilla. This is what they just made for us with the liquid nitrogen. They said that they were soaking these vanilla beans for 3 days. So definitely ready to be eaten. And if you see it with a spoon, it's got such a good creamy and smooth texture, but still like that original look of vanilla ice cream. You really can't beat it. Just a new take on it with the liquid nitrogen. And then this is their hazelnut. Yes, Meredith's gonna grab a few photos. this sort of, it just looks like a chocolate ice cream, but it's still that liquid nitrogen process, giving it that smoothie and creamy texture, also with toasted hazelnuts, which are interspersed throughout. So you want to give the vanilla a go, and I'll try this.
And like you were saying, so there's a
We might
little
need another
outdoor.
spoon. Or we'll
There's
use
a
our
little
own.
outdoor area right here where people are on their computers right now working, and there's also a garden that they made for people to bring their furry friends with them while they're eating ice cream.
We got one more.
Key lime.
Oh, this
Key
one's
lime.
gonna be my favorite. I can tell you right now.
Let's get a close up of that one.
With some perfect, it looks like graham cracker crumbled.
Is that graham cracker crumbs?
So there's lime pie curd, just the way you make a key lime pie. It's graham cracker pie crust, and some other secret ingredients.
Okay.
Delicious. Oh, and we got some fudge. So we might get a photo of that one here. And they gave us, we couldn't refuse this, a cup of hot fudge. I mean, I'm never gonna say no to that.
Drink it, you can pour it.
That looks amazing. All right, I think I'm gonna go for the hazelnut. That's one of my favorite flavors of coffee, so we'll see if it's soon to be one of my favorite flavors of ice cream.
I'm gonna go first.
Oh my god. As you can see by my face, I obviously hate this. Oh my gosh. Wow. And so there's toasted hazelnuts in there. I can definitely taste. It adds a nice crunchy texture to it. Oh my gosh.
We also add a ton of hazelnuts in the ice cream base itself. We'll cook.
You can taste that, yeah. So it's not just vanilla ice cream with hazelnut interspersed. It's the hazelnut ice cream coupled with the hazelnut, which makes it
All of our
combination.
flavors are flavored with real ingredients. So if you get something like a strawberry ice cream, like I said, or a mint chip, people are often blown away because they don't expect to have actual mint. We had
Why don't you guys sit down with us? Yeah, so everyone can see you. It's these voices. Let's put a face to the voices behind the camera. Here we go.
We're not
Check it out.
behind
How's it
the
looking?
curtain.
Looks good. All right. Hello to everyone. Okay. So I'm gonna try the key lime without fudge first.
I recommend having a little bit of fudge on
This one. Okay.
And so I just took a spoonful of the vanilla, and it is so creamy that it's like sticking to the spoon even after I eat it. But in terms of texture, that's pretty much what you're looking for.
And so I tried to make a promise to myself that I want to take one bite at least, but that's not gonna happen. I'm just gonna do it right now.
Yeah.
Gotta get my dairy in, right?
Gary has
It's a
protein.
balanced breakfast.
Gary has protein.
What do you
Chocolate
think
has
of
banana.
the hot fudge? Because that's definitely it doesn't taste like the Hershey's that I usually use.
No.
So there's real dairy, there's real butter and cream in it. We use like really strong, high percentage chocolate. You could. Some people just get, instead of when we do lattes, we have a mocha syrup, but some people just want hot fudge instead.
Hey, not a bad substitute there. I think I like that.
Well, I'm going in for
Just want to double check on the
key
camera.
lime pie right now, which I have to admit, one of my favorite flavors that I usually think no
There
one
we go.
has.
What do you think?
Oh my gosh. There's so much lime flavor to that,
Let me
and
try.
not when you get a piece of key lime pie and you're like, oh, this came out of that little plastic lime. That's not what you're getting out of this. It tastes amazing, and the texture of the crumble as it is perfect.
Oh my gosh. That's so good. I feel like I prefer this over the pie.
Yeah.
That says a lot because I like key lime pie a lot.
So our first Thanksgiving, we make sweet potato pie, we make an apple pie, we make
Are you talking about our flavors or
Yeah, our
different?
flavors.
Yeah. So we have,
apple, sweet potato.
no, we did sweet potato pie muffins.
pumpkin.
Yeah, so we do pumpkin pie, we do pecan pie, we do apple pie.
So you do a holiday season flavors?
Yeah, and then we also, for Thanksgiving specifically, we'll make ice cream pies. So we make the pie flavors, and then we make a crust out of our waffle cones, and then put the pie in there and cover it in whipped cream on top, and caramel sauce and stuff.
That's taking it to the next
Our
level.
first year, we were prepared for Thanksgiving. We sat up for 2 days making apple pies and pecan pies for people to actually take for Thanksgiving. No one bought them. But what we did sell out of was all of the ice cream flavors for Thanksgiving. So we realized, okay, we just turn them into pie,
Yeah.
and then on we just learned our lesson.
Do you do
We want
anything
the
with
ice cream.
cranberries?
We do like we have it's called cran cherry. So we soak, we macerate cherries and cranberries in the like syrup that we get our meringue cherries in. So we don't use maraschino cherries. We use like an Italian, like much like darker syrup version. So we save the syrup, the extra syrup, and we soak all of our fruits in that in like a little cherry liqueur, and then we put that in the ice cream. Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't expecting that. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, so you were explaining a little earlier, you like to have cocktails inspired flavored ice cream. So I'm sure people appreciate that.
You get a really
To say
nice
the
old
least,
fashioned.
yeah.
You get like a Luxardo cherry, which is like what Melissa's describing. It's
yeah.
deep red, almost purple cherry that's like sweet and candy, not like your typical red cocktail cherry. So that'll turn into a lot of ideas. And different. We had an old fashioned ice cream once. So and that's the cherries we put on top. We don't use
I want
those
that back.
traditional
Okay, that's over.
So I decided to have a spoonful first that didn't have fudge on it, and you would have thought that you would have thought it had fudge on it because the flavor was just so powerful in it.
I think my spoon keeps going back to this one. And I think it's just, I keep dipping in the fudge, but I love the hazelnuts.
That's fine because I'm just gonna take
Yeah. Oh my
And the
goodness.
vanilla is so good, like that.
Yeah.
That is like the type of ice cream I sit down and just have a pint of and not realize it.
Right, like we're looking too for
Happy
the
for the best
plastic.
of us.
The plastic is amazing. That's a good sign because that means that the rest of the confections will be just as cool.
And you can see there's like a big difference in the texture from like that's the same flavor that we just did in the mixer, and it's a very much like a kind of a soft serve texture in there. And then when we set it overnight, it gets that like very scoopable, like a nice
Yeah,
that
the
chewy
New
texture.
England type of style you're talking about. Yeah, so I can show a little close up. So you saw earlier what we were making. It was kind of like, like a sauce or even a frosting.
Yeah.
And then here you get like that gorgeous scoop, which I've never described a scoop as gorgeous. But
they are
today
gorgeous.
they are kind of gorgeous. I don't know. I think that's my standard for gorgeous.
We definitely
now.
obsess over ice cream. So
Okay, yeah, I can see. Let's see. Oh, do you want to try hot fudge on mine?
Yeah, go for
there's
it.
worse things to obsess over.
Let's get, okay. You need to see this close up. I might have added a little too much.
Is there such a thing as
Is there? Yeah, exactly. Who knows? Okay. All right, everyone. So thank you so much for tuning in. It was so great to be with you guys this morning. I think this is the best way I've started my day.
Absolutely.
We're definitely going to have to come back for coffee and breakfast sandwiches too. Get a little salty with the sweet. Thanks for letting us try your vanilla bean.
Don't be strangers.
Oh, we definitely won't be. I have someone just commented on here that they
Yeah.
need to stop by for one of those Thanksgiving pies, so that's definitely going to be
All right,
happening.
quick plug there. Thanksgiving is just around the corner. Better
Oh
get
no, we
cooking.
gotta eat the pie.
What are we doing all day?
All right, everyone. Thanks so much. So we'll see you on our stop number 2 very, very shortly.